Have you heard about the term hostage sons? According to Chinese media, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and his wife left their 3 children in China when they returned to Syria after attending the Asian Games in Hangzhou. The report said that on the day of the president and his wife's return, they were the only ones who boarded the plane and did not say goodbye to their 3 children. It turned out that they had left their 3 children in China. Why did they leave them in China? The report said there were 3 reasons. First, Syria is in the midst of a war, and the couple must face a grim future together. Leaving their children in China is for their safety and future, and without the children to worry about, Mr. and Mrs. Assad can better face the difficulties and danger ahead. Secondly, their 3 children are very fond of Chinese culture. Their youngest son has been learning Chinese since he was a child and is curious about the broad and profound Chinese culture and wants to continue exploring and learning in China. Thirdly, by leaving all 3 children in China, the Assad couple demonstrates their high level of trust in China. The article says that the Syrian president and his wife received a warm welcome during their visit to China, with more fans in China than in their own country. This also showcases the close relationship between China and Syria. This is the Syrian president's visit to China, where he was indeed given an extraordinarily grand welcome, and Xi Jinping sent a special civilian plane to fly to Syria to receive the whole family in order to avoid the countries that have imposed sanctions on Syria and that could potentially pose a risk to Assad's security. This special plane thoughtfully chose a special route. It departed from the Syria capital on September 20th, passing through Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan, then entering Xinjiang, China, ending over 1,000 kilometers to this journey. The flight took 12 hours, reaching Hangzhou on September 21st. The CCP not only sent a minister to meet them, but also held a special welcoming ceremony. Another special arrangement was Xi Jinping's decision to have the entire Assad family visit Lingyin Temple, one of Hangzhou's most famous Buddhist temples. They not only rolled out the red carpet, but also made a surprising gesture for the locals. They opened the main gate for Assad. You know, Lingyin Temple has a tradition. That is, the main gate is never opened except for visits by emperors. Ordinary visitors can only enter through a side gate. This tradition has been kept for hundreds of years. This time, Xi Jinping ordered Lingyin Temple to open the main gate for Assad, astonishing the local residents. When Assad returned home, the CCP also made a great deal of efforts and sent a special plane to escort him. This article says, Syrian president's return to his country was a thrilling experience, with Air China's special plane flying over 11 countries and being escorted by the air forces of 4 countries. The article says that Assad is much hated by the West, and the security of his travel is so severe that he cannot fly on his own country's planes, nor can he stop or change planes in any of the Western countries or countries with ties to the West. So when he needed to return to Syria, China provided a special plane which took off from Beijing Capital International Airport on September 27th and traveled all the way to the west, passing through Xinjiang and entering Pakistan. The Pakistani Air Force dispatched 2 J-10 fighter jets to escort Assad's special plane. The J-10 is a third-generation multi-purpose fighter developed by China with excellent performance and combat capabilities. Next, the Iranian Air Force sent 2 F-14 fighters to lead the Air China jet across the Persian Gulf to provide security in this sensitive and dangerous sea. Finally, the Saudi Air Force took over the escorting duties. 2 F-15 fighter jets were sent to escort the Air China jet to Syria to provide it with a last line of defense. Well, the above is about Assad's recent visit to China. After the surprising and dramatic outbreak of the Israeli-Palestinian war of the past, in the past 2 days, some Chinese netizens noticed that after Putin visited Beijing for the Winter Olympics last year, Russia invaded Ukraine. And shortly after the Syrian president traveled to Hangzhou for the Asian Games, Hamas launched an unprecedented attack on Israel. Is there a connection between why wars break out right after Putin and Assad's visit to China, or is it just a coincidence? Well, I won't answer this question here. If you have any thoughts on this, please kindly leave us a comment. Back to the topic of Assad leaving his 3 children in China. The Chinese movie Creation of Gods, which is currently playing in North America, begins with such a scene. The ruler of the world at that time, Inconvenient, governed many lords. To control those lords, he demanded each lord to offer one of his sons as a hostage. This way, if any lord rebelled, Inconvenient would kill his son. So these sons had a name, 质子, meaning sons taken as hostage or hostage sons. The movie starts with a scene where one lord rebels and his hostage son is killed. So, did Assad leave his 3 children in China as hostages to the CCP? As CCP also wants to become the common ruler of the world. I won't answer this question either. Again, if you have any thoughts, leave us a comment. Anyway, Creation of the Gods is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Well, that's all for today. Please subscribe to my channel or check if you are still subscribed, as YouTube keeps removing my subscribers. Please also consider visiting my website at jenniferzengblog.com for membership or donations to show your support. Thank you. See you soon.